Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode on Forza Horizon 4 with Nebula having some issues with the Warthog. Yes, this great big off-road vehicle is apparently stumped by, I mean, this is admittedly a bit of a nasty terrain. It's found itself on, but it just keeps pinging off of the wall. Yep, even with a little bit of a decent run-up, it manages to ping itself back. It does eventually manage to kind of scrabble its way sideways to knock down the wall, but it turns out, yeah, quite an old castle wall, stronger than a Warthog for a little while at least. An orange Hellcat up next on GTA 4 is playing a game of trying to, well, not get run over. Looking at the dot on the minimap, guesses the right time to try and dodge the car, manages to dodge the car so well, ends up in a building where you're not supposed to be. It's not ideal, although it does work as teleports in the other side of the building, so you kind of get away with that one quite nicely. Volvo Emper on GTA San Andreas has just come out of a shop, gets onto their motorbike, and as they're turning around, an AI plane has a bit of an accident, and it doesn't turn itself off after a bit of an accident. No, it tries to take off again, and that leads to everything exploding. I mean, that's not the ideal site to come out of. I was really hoping the taxi was going to use the plane as a ramp. Sadly, it didn't. But it's not an ideal site. Speaking of planes, Shadow Warren on Just Cause 3 is desperately trying to get into a plane just as it accelerates away. Like, a second was all it needed. A second was all it needed for the Jeep to be in the back of the plane. But no, the game decided at the very, very last second to take off. Well done. JP Pogan on Watch Dogs 2 is, well, as you do, playing around with the hacking thing, looking at all the various bits and pieces, and as we've all probably done while playing Watch Dogs, not necessarily paying full attention, ends up deciding to go for a crash into a taxi. The thing is, person bails out and manages to land in the... I've not managed to do that one before. Bailing out, managing to get a dead body into the back of the vehicle. As far as takedowns go on the original Watch Dogs here, that's a long way for the car to go. However, the person they're trying to catch, well, they got out of the car. They didn't get very far. They got run over by something else that was giving chase. So, I mean, it was a success. There was a car launch and the person was taken out that needed to be. Just not the normal way that it goes. Simpson fan on Far Cry 5 is taking out a roadblock with the grenade. Sensible, the most sensible thing we've probably seen on here. However, in the distance, there is an AI car and a moose that have a bit of an altercation. Now, neither are looking particularly healthy at this moment. The car's been spun around, the body's kind of fallen out and is now stuck in the door and freaking the car out, spinning over and eventually comes back down again. The moose, that's fine. It fell over briefly, but moose beats car. That is an important thing to learn. KOA Killer Eagle on Assassin's Creed Rogue in a big old naval battle. Now, turns out when you go for ramming speed with these, sometimes your boat comes off worse. Yeah, sometimes your boat does a near backflip, landing quite a lot on its side. I mean, we kind of get away with that one. Some serious air time. That is some serious air. I think they were made of jelly, those boats in particular. Black and Red on Ace Combat 7 is trying to take out a plane that has a new special maneuver. Yes, these are new special planes that when you get close to them, when you get close to taking them out, they disappear. Yeah, so this is I guess a super slow-mo replay. Everything is going, well, fairly normally. The missiles are away, and just as it is about to get towards the plane, there's some bullets being fired forward as well. Just as the missiles are about to get to the plane, it just blinks out of existence. Now, to me, that seems a little bit cheating. That does seem a little... I mean, it's a very, very useful technology to have right there, if you can get it. You know, sudden blinking out of existence when you're about to get rocketed. That would be very helpful. And then there's a second one as well over here as we go whizzing past. That one there is, I think, also blinks itself out of existence. Impreza Logic on F1 2016, minding their own business when an AI Haas car has decided it's had enough of the Force India, puts it off into the wall. That's a big number of spins as well. Very big number of spins. Ozcast on Project Cars, another Formula 1 issue in this one. Well, we know Monaco can be a problem. I don't know whether it's a player car or an AI car that has a dive up the inside. Either way, things have gone wrong on the outside for these. Now, that is not so surprising, a fairly common occurrence, in fact, at Monaco with any vehicle on Project Cars. However, what this one does is something that I haven't seen before. In trying to turn around, can't figure out how to do it, clonks into another vehicle and then pushes it the wrong way back up the course until it eventually loses a wheel and they're in the tyre bundles and it's very much game over. Amazing stuff. Calvin Nola on Need for Speed Undercover is trying to get away from the fuzz with an Aston Martin. Has taken out various ones with knocking the pipes over. However, the roadblock has a peculiar side effect for the accident. Again, another vehicle with a special ability. Might not be a vanishing plane. This time it's a vanishing car, though, because having hit the side of the roadblock, it falls through the floor at 730 kilometers an hour. And, well, this goes on for a little while here before it actually completes the chase or evades the chase. Turns out, dropping through the floor, quite a useful method for getting away. Up next, Corbitor on BeamNG Drive is playing around with a traffic mod that adds kind of randomly spawned traffic cars around the place. Thing is, it's not going to be so good for one traffic car. Losing control of the K-Series, that's a massive, massive crash on the vehicle. And then just to add insult to injury, another AI plows into the back. So yeah, a very, very big initial crash has done. That's not a nice roof line you've got going on there. Not a nice roof line at all, but second AI car not paying enough attention, not having time to react or whatever, and that's straight into the back. And sticking with Beam, we have finally Apex Motorsports doing the Demolition Derby. Now this is a great fun, mod a good fun scenario, if you like. However, sometimes the AIs do dopey things here. That's one that's up on its side and, well, balanced and now out. And as we look over to the other side, oh, yep, the other three of them have done exactly the same things. 4 AI cars have managed to get themselves stuck on their side. I've seen them occasionally do it. I've never seen the whole field go out because it's wedged on its side. It's just incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clips and mission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that's going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.